Today on What It's Like, 1946, Hudson, big boy, pickup truck, Super 6. But before getting into all of it, I'm Jay. Welcome to What It's Like. We cover the classics, vintage, some exotics. This channel is home for the orphan cars and cars that tend to get lost and forgotten. We dive in deep with specs, period, ads, and most importantly, we show what these cars are like. If that sounds like a channel that you would totally dig, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. We are at an all-new location, Old Spokes Auto Museum in Kuhnstown, Pennsylvania, with the world's largest Hudson collection. The museum is two buildings, one of which was a Maxwell dealership back in the day. The other one was a Ford dealership. Such a cool place. So if you're in the area, be sure to check this place out. I will link the museum information in the description. 1946, Hudson offered two models of car. The Super, which was available with a 6-cylinder or an 8-cylinder, known as the Super 6 or the Super 8. The Super 6 went by Series 51, and the Super 8 went by Series 53. They also offered the Commodore, which came in 6 or 8 cylinders. The 6-cylinder was known as Series 52, and the 8-cylinder was known as Series 54. Hudson offered the Super 6 from 1916 to 1928, then brought it back in 1933, offered it from 1940 to 42, then took a break because of World War II and brought it back in 46 to 51, and was ultimately replaced by the Hudson Wasp. The 1946 Super 6 could be had as a 4-door sedan, 2-door Brougham, 2-door Club Coupe, and pick-em-up truck. Hudson built pickup trucks from 1929 under the name Dover and then later renamed Dover to Essex. 1934 through 1938, they were called Terraplane. In 1938 through 1948, Hudsons. Hudson trucks were car-based, much like the Studebaker Coupe Express. Prior to World War II, the Hudson pickup truck could be had in two configurations, half-ton and 3/4-ton. The 3/4-ton truck goes by the name of Big Boy. By 1946, the half-ton truck was discontinued, only leaving the Big Boy as the only pickup truck in Hudson's model lineup. Hudson produced the Big Boy until 1947 or 48, sources vary, and canceled it to focus on car production and its new step-down design. 1946 was essentially a facelifted design with an updated grille. The overall shape remained roughly the same, a little bit different today. We're going to compare three. 1941 on top, 42 in the center, 46 on the bottom. Just look at those grille designs. 41 has a taller grille, whereas 42 has a more slender grille, and the 46 grille is slender, but not only slender, it kind of like goes back inside the hood area. I don't know if you'd call that negative space. The 41 has more side molding on the nose, or the hood I should say, than all of the rest of them. The nose also looks taller. Hood ornaments look different. Also, notice the 42 is a play on both designs. 1942 is pretty rare because they only produced them until January or February of 42 before the US government made everybody shut down production for war production. From this shot, the 46 looks rounder, as in more domed than the rest of them, but it might be this angle. Moving to the side profile, it was just the angle. But with that said, notice how the cab is designed. It looks like the rear is taller than the front. The 41 doesn't have fender trim. The 46 has the least amount of hood trim. That blue, though, what a color. This 46 has trim that extends onto the door. Rear sections are the same. Just look at those lines. This is one of the best designed trucks of all time. On to the dash region. All of the dashes are completely different and use different steering wheels. This truck, it's important to note that this truck was available as a Super 6 or a Super 8 model. Opt for the Super 8 and you got a different steering wheel. Which one did you like better in the comment section below? Looking at the front end shot again, I missed a couple of things that I want to address. The 42 has trim behind the bumpers. The bumpers are different on all three models. The 41 does not have marker lights up on top of the fenders, whereas the 42 and the 46 do. Moving on to specs, it rides a 128-inch wheelbase. It weighs 3,500 pounds. Price, $1,522, which is equivalent to you spending $23,350.60 in the year 2023. So that's roughly about the price of a new Ford Maverick, but the Ford Maverick couldn't haul as much stuff in the bed because the bed isn't frankly as long as this. You could haul more people in the Maverick, but that's a debate for another time. The box on the back is almost 8 foot long. It's 93 inches long, 48 inches wide, and 18 inches deep. Total 1946 Hudson production was 90,776 units, of which total 1946 Hudson pickup trucks. This is conflicting information. Google says it's 3,374. Hemmings Motor Magazine says 3,104. Volo says 3,374. So somewhere between 3,104 and 3,374 units. Moving on to engines. Only one engine on offer for the Super 6, and as we mentioned before, if you got the Super 8, that came with the Flathead 8, but the Super 6 only had one engine. 212 cubic inch displacement, Flathead 6, 3.5 liters. It's good for 102 horsepower, 4,000 RPM, 168 pound-feet of torque at 1,200 RPM. With a bore of 3 inches, a stroke of 5 inches, compression 6.5 to 1, 3 main bearings, and it features solid valve lifters. Super 6 standard features included but not limited to dual braking system, auto pose, which was essentially their anti-roll bar system, which increased stabilization in turns, chrome alloy motor block, oil cushion clutch, center point steering wheel, rear lateral stabilizer, teleflash, turn signals, push button start, safety locking hood, hand rubbed lacquer finish. It was available in 9 standard colors, 2 extra cost colors, and 4 two-tone color combinations. Let's talk styling. There is a lot going on with this grille design, and you can't really see it from up here. You have to come down here and see it. Nice lights there, running lights. Notice how all of this forms in, kind of creates almost like a cave back inside there. Super cool. Look at this Hudson insignia here. All nice chrome work there. Look at how big the nose is. That's my hand for reference. It's maybe 2 foot tall. Big nose. Look at all of the lines that are going on. Nice running lights, marker lights. Those are accessory lights. Look at the teardrop bezels. Notice the bumpers, how they wrap around. This one's got dual spotlights. Spotlight on the passenger side as well on the driver's side. Also has a nice cowl vent. Check out the center line leading to the hood ornament there. I love how this is all accented. Look at how these fenders are designed. It's a very complex shape. Also, look at all the bright work coming off of it. The owner said that this is an 8-foot bed, so this truck would be a very practical truck. It's also one of the most gorgeous trucks ever made, in my opinion. Look how this rear fender is designed. It's a massive rear fender. Gas filler cap is on the driver's side, left-hand side. Look at this fender skirt. So check out this line, how it comes off of here. Really appreciate it. So just check out how the door handle's part of it. Let's talk about this door panel. Look at this door and how it's designed. Look at how framed out it is. Here's my fingers for reference. It's very deep. Also check out all of this. Vent window, roll down window, armrest, window crank for the big window, door handle to get out. Notice this door isn't straight. curves as it goes down. Take a look at this interior. Coming down inside the pedal box down here, this is the hand brake. That is the bright switch, clutch, brake, gas pedal, hood release right there. On to the button switches and knobs, starting on the left and moving right. That is the handle for the spotlight for the driver's side. Gasoline gauge, speedometer, odometer. Notice the odometer is outside of the cluster itself and in the dashboard, which is very unique. Coolant temperature, Hudson AM radio, key, starter, lighter, overdrive, fan motor for the heater, which is located just below, headlights, oil pressure, clock, amp meter. And important to point out, the oil pressure and the amp meter are both idiot lights. So just check out this engine. Nice flathead 6, and it sits midship just like the 41 did. As in, like, look how far back it is, and there's still all this space up front. Clamshell hood. Here's the nice springs. Oil bath air cleaner. Look at those horns over there. Also check out this mechanism here. This is what unlatches the hood. It grabs onto these. Look at the coil placement on the firewall. There's a nice light there so you can see when you're working on it. On the positive side, rarely seen and beautiful, almost an 8-foot bed capacity, easy to read gauges, hood latches from the inside. And so you don't have to worry about it spontaneously opening as you're going down the road, and opens clamshell style. Being car-based, parts like the hood are interchangeable. Against it, parts like grill bars are impossible to find. All right, now it's time for Would You Rather, broccoli or cauliflower, fried rice or chow mein. Two scenarios today. In the first scenario, would you rather have a 1938 Studebaker K10 truck or 1946 Hudson Big Boy pick-em-up truck or a 1937 Hudson Terraplane pick-em-up truck? I'm going to leave this here for a second. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Moving on to the second scenario, and money does not matter. This is completely random. What would you rather have? 1933 Bugatti Type 51 or 1932 Alfa Romeo 8C or 1933 Auto Union? All right, now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to give both the correct name of the band and song title will have their comment pinned to the top of the comment section. That is one of my favorite songs by that group. If you'd like to get in touch with me, shoot me a comment in the comment section below or check out our Facebook group that correlates with this YouTube channel. If you'd like to message me one-on-one, find me on Facebook and shoot me a message. That's the easiest way. If you don't have Facebook, shoot me an email. All of that information will be linked in the description. Just know I appreciate all the support. And until next time, here's some scenes for our next episode. You guys voted on it. This is what's coming. 1948 Nash Ambassador Custom Cabriolet. That's what's coming up next on What It's Like. Tune in tomorrow at hopefully 4:30 Eastern Standard Time to catch that episode. And until then, toodaloo! Take a drink and you'll sink to a state of pure inebriation. When you drink enough of my beer,